either the image is a mobile or it is not a mobile. So basically what is classification is there are two discrete conditions, either a 1 or a 0, either a yes or a no. So there are different types of classification techniques that are used. There are different types of classification algorithms that are used, and some of them are like, first of all, logistic regression. Basically, predicting yes no outcomes with a line is logistic regression. It is effective for many classification tasks and offers easy interpretation of results. So, the predicted value lies between the range 0 and 1. Either the value will be near to 0 or either the value will be near to 1. If the value is near to 0, it will generate the response that the value is a 0 or the value is not a chair or it is not a table. If the value is 1, it will generate that it is a table. It will predict that it is a table or it is a chair or it is a book. So logistic regression defines the basic model and it actually curves a S-shaped curve that helps us identify whether the value is a 1 or it is a 0. The next type of algorithm is decision tree classifier. Yes, heard that right. Decision tree classifier is basically a tree. Like it consists of roots, shoots, branches, and leaves. So the root node is basically the most important feature of that picture. An example is illustrated in which a cat and a not cat picture is defined. Either a picture is a cat or it is a not cat based on the attributes. As a base attribute, as a root attribute, the ear shape attribute is taken. If the ear shape is pointy, and the algorithm checks another node, it checks another branch, it checks the shoot node, you can say. That would be face shape. If the face shape is round, it is a cat, and if the face shape is not round, it is not a cat. Similarly, if the ear shape is floppy, then it checks whether the whiskers are present, whether the cats have a mustache or not. If the mustache is present, it is a cat, and if the mustache isn't present, it is not a cat. So basically, the the image, the product is classified by making a decision using a tree by manipulating different attributes that can be present inside of that picture. The next is random forest classifier. So a random forest classifier is a cluster of decision tree classifiers. It consists of different decision tree classifiers, and the image, the data to be processed is given to all of those decision tree classifiers, and then all of those decision trees make their own separate decision. And the final decision is determined by the majority of votes, like the democracy. It is defined by which data is which algorithms have defined the data as a yes or a no. So the majority decision trees, what they vote is considered as the final class. The next algorithm that is mostly used in machine learning is gradient boosting classifier. So gradient boosting classifier is also based upon the decision trees. It is also an advanced version of the decision tree, but it is different from the random forest classifier. But yeah, despite the fact it is like powerful, it is also slow because it has to process heavy amounts of data. So what it does is basically it takes the output from one decision tree and another decision tree processes the output from the first decision tree, and then the output of second decision tree is taken as an input from the first decision tree, from the preceding decision tree. Similarly, a series of operations follows and the result is shown. So it actually takes time because every single iteration involves the processing of a single uh, of a single decision tree. So the process is a bit slow and it takes time. But yeah, the accuracy of gradient boosting classifier is considered better because it actually manipulates data on a very complex scale. So that was it. So we studied gradient boosting classifier, random forest classifier, decision tree classifier, and logistic regression. So these are all of the types of different uh, classification. Yeah, there are other types like SVM and many different regressors, but these four are the most used uh, algorithms inside of machine learning.